Remember 2012? When you posted your Starbucks cup with your name spelled wrong? Your bathroom mirror selfie? 20 photos from the same night out? Inspirational quotes on sunsets? And nobody called it cringe. Because everyone was doing it. Fast forward to now. You take a photo, you're genuinely happy. You type the caption, and then you delete it. Is this too much? Will people think I'm showing off? Somewhere along the way, you learned a new rule. Normal life is cringe. Because the truth is, you're not confident, you're just scared. And that fear is stealing your joy. Let's rewind. 2010 to 2015, the golden era. Instagram launched, and for 5 years, it was chaos. People posted low-res photos with heavy filters, any food, gym selfies, duck faces, song lyrics as captions. Nobody cared, because there was no standard yet. Instagram wasn't a portfolio, it was a diary. 2016 to 2018, the influencer era. Then, Instagram became a business. Influencers made real money, brands paid for posts. And suddenly, standards arrived. Aesthetic feeds, professional lighting, curated captions. Posting stopped being about sharing your life, it became about building your brand. 2019 to 2025, the perfection trap. Now you're competing with professional photographers, full-time creators, AI-generated perfection, everyone's highlight reel on steroids. So before you post, your brain runs a checklist. Is the lighting good enough? Does it fit my aesthetic? Is this Instagram worthy? And that last one is the killer. Because when the bar is Instagram worthy, nothing is ever worthy enough. Your vacation isn't Bali. Your meal isn't Michelin star. Your achievement feels like bragging. So you stop posting altogether. Not because you don't have good moments, but because your moments stop feeling good enough. That's not confidence, that's paralysis. Let me break down the 3 fears keeping you silent. Fear 1, the showing off fear. You got a new job, but you don't post it. People will think I'm bragging. You bought a new car, you worked hard for it, but you don't post it. People will think I'm showing off. So you let the biggest moments of your life pass in silence. Not because you're humble, because you're terrified of being judged. Here's the twisted part. The same people who would judge you for posting your win are posting their own wins. But when they do it, it's sharing their journey. When you do it, it's bragging. This double standard keeps you silent. Fear 2, the not good enough fear. You go on a trip, but it's not Dubai, just a local beach, so you don't post it. Everyone else is traveling to cooler places. You cook a nice meal, but it's not aesthetically plated. Other people's food looks better. You're happy, just regular happy on a Tuesday. Nobody cares about my regular life. This is the comparison trap. Your life isn't bad. It's just not Instagram worthy compared to everyone else's curated feed. But here's what you're forgetting. Their posts are highlights too. Nobody's posting their average Tuesday. Everyone is performing abundance. You're comparing your real life to their performance. Fear 3, the being vulnerable fear. You're struggling, overwhelmed, going through something hard. You think, maybe I should share this. Someone else might feel this way too. But then you stop yourself. People will think I'm attention-seeking. People will screenshot this later. So you keep it inside. You perform strength when you feel weak. The irony, the most relatable content is the content you're too scared to post. Everyone is struggling, but nobody admits it first. So we all suffer in silence while performing perfection for each other. Here's a pattern. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You finally post something. Within 30 seconds, you're checking the likes. 30 minutes later, if it doesn't hit a certain number, you archive it or delete it. Not because the moment wasn't real, but because the validation wasn't enough. You're not just afraid of judgment anymore. You're addicted to approval. You post and immediately regret it. You share and feel exposed. Within hours, did they think that was weird? Should I delete this? And eventually, you do. This is the cringe shame spiral. Until you stop posting altogether. Not because you're confident enough to not need validation, but because you're too exhausted to keep risking judgment. This fear isn't universal, it's generational. Millennials remember the old internet when posting everything was normal. When they don't post now, there's nostalgia. They remember freedom and miss it. Gen Z grew up with the curated internet. They never knew the post-everything era. For them, cringe avoidance is survival. They've seen posts get screenshotted, reposted, turned into memes. Gen Alpha is growing up with TikTok, where authenticity is trending again, where cringe content ironically goes viral. They're learning maybe being cringe is okay. But for millennials and Gen Z, the damage is done. They've internalized the rules, even though the rules are made up. Let me be clear about what's really happening. You're not losing the ability to capture memories. You can still take photos and save them privately. What you're losing is deeper: the freedom to choose. Because now, every moment comes with a question. Can I post this? Or will they think it's cringe? You're not deciding based on what makes you happy. You're deciding based on what they will accept. Your birthday dinner? Too basic. Your random Tuesday joy? Nobody cares. Your small win? That's bragging. So here's what you're actually losing: the ability to celebrate your life without permission. Because what other people think of you is their business, not yours. But somewhere along the way, you made their opinions your problem. That's the real cost. So let's get to the actual question. Not should you post, but are you happy with your choice? When you don't post that photo, is it because you genuinely don't want to, or because you're scared of what they'll think? There's a huge difference. If you think, this is just for me, I don't need to share this, that's freedom. But if you think, I want to share this, but what if they judge me? That's fear. Here's the truth. When you think something is cringe, remember, it's not illegal, it's just cringe. And cringe to who? To people who aren't living your life, paying your bills, or remembering this post in 24 hours. So why give them so much power? You took that photo because you were happy. You had that moment because it mattered to you. So post it, not to prove anything, but because your life is yours. Here's the shift you need. What others think of you is their business. Many people believe managing others' opinions is their responsibility. It's not. Is what you're doing cringe? That's just what they think. Are you happy? Are you comfortable? That's what matters. So I'm not saying you have to post, and I'm not saying silence means you're scared. What I'm saying is this: whatever you choose should come from what makes you happy, not from fear of judgment. If you're happy keeping moments private, that's beautiful. But if you're not posting things that bring you joy because you're afraid, that's not privacy, that's prison. The most radical thing you can do in 2026 isn't to post everything or post nothing. It's to stop making decisions based on fear. Life is too short to live in a cage made of other people's opinions. Whatever you choose, make sure it's because you're happy and comfortable, not because you're scared of being cringe. Because the most powerful people aren't the ones who post everything or post nothing. They're the ones who choose freely. And now, so can you. This is Bello Insight. We don't scroll, we decode.